Hello! In this video, we are going to prove the following theorem. Suppose f is a function from a to b and g is a function from b to c. If both f and g are 1 to 1, then g compose f is also 1 to 1. So, how do you suppose we start off this proof? Well, notice we're trying to prove a conditional statement. And what we're going to start out with is we're going to suppose that f and g are 1 to 1. And our goal is to prove that g compose f is also 1 to 1. Okay, so then what does it mean for f and g to be 1 to 1? I'm going to write out what it means in this top area right here. So essentially what it means is for any two input values of the function, if their output values are equal, then their input values are equal. So really, these are the two things that we're given. We want to prove that the same ideal holds for g compose f. So what does it mean for g compose f to be 1 to 1? In the same way that we have in these two, we would have for any two input values to g compose f, if their output values are equal, then their input values are equal. This right here is the statement we want to prove. So really, we're trying to prove a statement that holds for every two elements of A. So give me any two elements of A. We're trying to prove that if this is true, then this is true. So suppose this is true. That is, suppose g compose f of A1 equals g compose f of A2. And our whole goal now is to prove that A1 equals A2. Now, remember from composition of functions that g compose f of A1 is really the same thing as g of f of A1. Similarly, g compose f of A2 is the same thing as g of f of A2. So really, this means that g of f of A1 equals g of f of A2. We have two output values of g that are equal to each other. Because g is 1 to 1, it follows if any two output values are equal to each other, then their input values are equal to each other. Therefore, we must have f of A1 equal to f of A2. But notice, now we have two output values of f that are equal to each other. And because f is 1 to 1, if any two output values are equal to each other, then their input values are equal to each other. So in this case, we now have A1 equal to A2. And this is exactly what we wanted to prove. So we can conclude that g compose f is 1 to 1. And we are done. So yeah, that's pretty much the idea of how you could prove something like this. Right? You don't need to write out this stuff if you don't want to, but I just had it up here just as it was a good reminder so that you know what it means for a function to be 1 to 1. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video.